Are you ready to ignite your mindset and unleash your total potential? You are in the right place if you are. Hi, everyone. I'm Katharine Loucaidou. I'm your host today on the Mindset Medicine podcast. And we're going to be diving into the world of mindset, momentum, and business mastery every time I bring you an episode. So grab your favorite drink, lace up your shoes if you're going to go for a walk, or just take a deep breath wherever you are and relax and get ready to be inspired. Today's podcast is all about the fresh start that you need. It's a renewed spring mindset and business tune-up. And don't we all need that? Sometimes it feels like winter is really longer than it is. And I feel like that's how it's been, at least for me, between 2022 moving into 2023. It feels like it's been a long winter season. And I also mean that metaphorically. So spring is in the air. Can you feel it? It is the perfect time to shake off your winter blues and hit the ground running in your real estate business, in your small business, whatever it is that your heart is set upon right now. We are going to help you move it forward if you haven't felt that fresh motivation these days. As real estate professionals and business entrepreneurs, we know how important it is to stay on top of our game. And that starts with having the right mindset and strategies in place. Today's episode, we are going to dive into some of the practical tips and strategies to help you take your real estate business or your small business or whatever endeavor that you are currently working on. We're going to take it to the next level. Before we do that, let's talk about the power of the spring season. It can't just be me. It can't just be me that on the first day of spring, I honestly felt a renewed sense of hope, a renewed, I don't know whether it was energy, but there was something in the air. Now, no matter where you live, maybe you already live in a warm country. Over on this side of the world, where it's a little colder, I know that we crave the spring season when it comes because spring is a time of renewal. You can see the small buds coming through even through the snow. When I looked outside my door yesterday, I could see little buds coming through, and I think it's wonderful. So it's growth. It's a fresh start. It's a time when everything starts to bloom and the weather starts to warm up. We feel a sense of energy and a new excitement of things to come. I really want to help you harness the energy of spring and revitalize your mindset if you have felt like it's been low. And I want to help you set yourself up for success for spring, summer, and the rest of 2023. Even if you were slow starting at the beginning of this year, I'm going to help you fix that as we go through. So today, practical tips, strategies, action steps to help you make the most of this spring season and to take your mindset and business to another level, the level where you want to go. So let's start. Part 1, mindset and goal setting. When it comes to achieving success in real estate, having the right mindset is so essential. It all starts with setting goals that are achievable and align with your values. Now, normally I will just talk about mindset and what it means to really cultivate and continue having a mindset of positivity and growth every day. Because here's the thing, we don't wake up with a positive mindset, right? We have to cultivate it. We have to nurture it every single day. Renowned motivational speaker Zig Ziglar once said, "You cannot hit a target you cannot see, and you cannot see a target you do not have." So it's really essential that you have something in mind. You can see the bullseye, because if you can't see the bullseye, how on earth will you ever hit it? The question, though, is this: are the goals that you are currently pursuing, are they yours? Or are they the goals that you feel you're expected to pursue? Are they the goals that you see people on social media actively pursuing, and you feel like if that's not your goal, you don't really fit in? I know I felt like that for years when I was moving up the ladder of real estate, let's call it. And I was always trying to get to the next award level. Yes, I am very competitive and I really wanted to do well in real estate and I wanted to get to that next award level. Something shifted though when I opened my own real estate company, and it was no longer about me and my award levels. It was about helping other people reach their full potential. And how far could they go? And how far could my mentorship of their skills and their strategies and their mindset, how far could that help them go? That's where that energy shift happened with me. And the shiny awards really didn't mean anything anymore because I realized that I was now pursuing what was of value to me, and that was helping other people. And in helping other people, I found this wonderful peace and satisfaction of doing that. Is your motivation coming from just paying your bills, doing a transaction, paying your bill, or making a sale and paying a bill? Or does it go beyond that? What ultimate goal do you have? Is it freedom? Is it to be able to travel? Is it to be able to take care of your kids? Is it maybe to be able to take care of a parent? What is that goal for you? Because that's the goal that's going to wake you up in the morning. Paying a bill is never going to wake you up in the morning. Even though it's a necessity, there's got to be something a little further and beyond that, because that is what will make you stretch. That is what will make you grow. When setting goals for your real estate business or your small business, or even personally, it is important to take a step and reflect on your values. What matters to you most? Once you have a clear understanding of your values and your principles, hold those close and don't forget them, because sometimes you can be influenced by other people's values and principles. And after a while, you may start thinking that those are your own, but they're not. Hold steady to your values and principles. If you are growing a team and if you are growing a business, when you interview people, ask them what their values and principles are. Do they align with yours? When you enter relationships with people, what are their values? What do you see? Because sometimes what we see and the words we hear people saying do not align. And that is a red flag to you as well. Let's talk about mindset and goal setting now. Setting achievable goals that will align with your values is the key to your success. So, first off, define your values. What matters to you most? Is it family? Is it financial stability? Is it community involvement? Is it feeling like you are helping? Is it giving back to society? Make a list of your top values and use them as a guide for setting your goals. Break down your goals. So instead of setting these really big, as they say, hairy, audacious goals, overwhelming, break them down into smaller, achievable tasks. This will help you stay motivated and focused. So what do we mean? Have a goal for the year. Have your 5-year goal. But once you scale that back, okay, so that's 5 years. You then have to start reverse engineering. What does that mean in a year's time? What does that mean over the next 6 months? What does that mean over the next 3 months? And what does that mean over the next 3 to 4 weeks? And then what does that mean every week? And then every day? Many people think about the future like it's really far off. The future is an hour from now. The future is 2 hours from now. It's tomorrow. So whatever you decide to work on today and right now, whatever you're doing right now, this is actually creating your future. As you sit here and we're together and we're having a conversation here, you're listening, I'm speaking. This is helping you determine your tomorrow, your next week, and your next month. I'd really love if you could visualize success. Take some time each day to visualize yourself achieving your goals. What would that look like? I have a goal and I truly want to be creating content and coaching. I've never actually said this out loud. So I want to be creating content. I would love to write books. I would love to record content, have a wonderful coaching, mindset boosting environment. And I'd love to do it somewhere like Costa Rica, like Florida. I don't know about Florida. Maybe it's just a little too humid, but you know what I mean. The idea here is I do want to be somewhere that's warm, that entices my senses. I feel that when my senses get into overdrive by water, by mountains, by greenery, by lush jungles, that's when I am at my best. And so that is my goal. And that is the goal that I will work toward. And so what does that mean? That means if that's my goal, I have to start creating today the direction that I want to go. And we don't always feel that motivated to do that because, as I talk about next, right now in part 2, overcoming limiting beliefs and negative self-talk. That is what will stop us from achieving our goals. It is these ideas that we say to ourselves and that we think to ourselves, well, that's never going to happen. Well, I could never do that. Well, who do I think I am? I'm not like those other people. Overcoming limiting beliefs and negative self-talk will absolutely change your life because they hold you back from reaching your full potential. And my friends, I know that once you can overcome limiting beliefs and the negative self-chatter that's going on in between your ears, you will achieve anything you want. If you were to read the stories of people who have achieved so much, not even stories, but when I think that there I was years and years ago in a foreign country by myself, I left Canada with $700 and an undergraduate degree. And I managed to do so much while I lived in a foreign country, then moved back to Canada and again managed to move up the ladder and do so much, create a presence, speak internationally. All of that can only happen when you get rid of the negativity between your ears and you start saying, yes, you know what? Yes, I can. And instead of watching people and thinking to yourself, well, I could never do that, I want you to flip the switch. And I would love for you to start saying, if they can do it, I can do it. Say it after me. If they can do it, I can do it. Because we all came out the same way. It is the mindset and it is our grit that moves us forward. It is the shorter length of time that it takes us to get up when we have fallen. That is the only differentiator. It is curiosity about life, curiosity about mastering a subject. That is the only differentiator. If they can do it, you can do it. So let's start by changing our attitude toward ourselves and our abilities. Let's start by challenging those negative thoughts that we have running through our heads. Let's realize that these beliefs that we have, they're stories. They're not true. I would like you to start creating new beliefs, new stories about yourself. And if you have to say it over and over to yourself every single day, then that's what you need to do. You wake up in the morning and start to tell yourself a new story. And how do you support that? You start taking action actions that are different than what you were doing yesterday. So if your new story is that you are healthy, you are active, then that is how you will wake up in the morning. You will wake up healthy. You will go for a walk. You'll have a smoothie. You're going to change up the old behavior and you're going to start taking action on the new stories that you're telling yourself. Remember, you are capable, You are worthy and you have the power to achieve your dreams. So we need to silence that negative inner voice and start believing in ourselves. When I lived in Europe, so this is a country which back then, yes, a lot of people spoke English, but a lot of people didn't. Here I was, there was no one coming to save me. There was no one coming to help me figure out how to move up the school system to become a more experienced teacher, to become a more respected teacher. There was no one showing me how to apply to the master's degree that I got. There was no one even showing me how on earth do I complete a master's degree with 2 children and 3 jobs. But I managed it because I had curiosity and because I changed the story in my head. The story in my head, yes, you will do this and you will find a way to do it. And if that means time management, then you will teach yourself time management, which is what I did. So when I coach people, when I coach agents, when I coach business entrepreneurs, when I coach women, what I coach them on is changing the story going on in their mind. Because sometimes it's from where you came from. Sometimes it's the story you saw growing up. But I'm here to tell you it's simply a story, and stories are meant to be rewritten. So here are some action steps for you. Here are some mindset shifts. 1, focus on your strengths. Instead of dwelling on your weaknesses, focus on your strengths and use them to your advantage. Push those strengths of yours forward, but first you've got to know what they are. So think about it. Say to yourself, what is it that people compliment me on? What is it that people truly love being me around for? 2, practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with kindness. I often say this to my coaching clients. I say this to my friends. The way that you speak to yourself, would you ever speak like that to a child of yours or a child, period? When you're hard on yourself, the words that you think and you use for yourself, would you ever say those out loud to someone else about what they're achieving? You probably wouldn't. So treat yourself with compassion. And finally, whenever you catch yourself thinking, I'm not good enough, replace it with, I am capable, I am deserving, and I can do this. So let's go to part 3, streamlining your business processes. We are going to jump into business here because I think it's really important that when we can get our personal life and our mindset in order, then we need to move over to our business and we need to get our business in order. So one key to success in our industry, whether it's the sales industry, whether it is a service industry, it is maximizing efficiency and streamlining processes. So let's face it, we all have busy schedules. We know that. We have busy timetables, or at least we imagine that we're busy. We're not always as busy as maybe we think we are. So a strategy to use for those of you who are very busy and you're juggling different things is to start to use technology to your advantage. There are so many software programs, phone apps that can help you stay on track. Personally, I use simple. I like simple. I don't want to make my life more complicated. My life is organized through my calendar and through my reminder app and my notes app. If you saw how often I use those 3 things, that's where everything comes from. Ideas for my podcast while I'm driving, even in the shower. I'll get out of the shower, I'll open up my notes app and I'll write an idea that I have. Reminders, I have reminders set every day from the night before. What do I need to do tomorrow? What are the main priorities I've got to do? My calendar has everything I need to do, whether it's an appointment with a friend, whether it's a coaching call I have, whether it's a listing presentation, maybe it's just to call someone back. That is either going to go in my reminder app with a little notification bell at a time that I want to be reminded. And I kind of find that as I get older, I have a lot of things on my mind. I'm wondering how my son is doing at university. I will actually put that into my reminder app and say, you know what? Send him a message. See how he's doing. Not that I'm going to forget my child, but I do it because I want to be reminded at a certain time so I can remind him. Maybe I know he has an exam coming up. He's studying astrophysics. It's highly stressful, although he's doing it really, really well, maybe because he's super, super smart. But I still want to remind him, hey, good luck on your exam today. It's little things like that that they can go by us so quickly. And I don't want to be that person that feels overwhelmed in life. And I forget the little things like wishing my son good luck on his exam. So I use the reminder app to keep me on track. Oprah once said, the big secret in life is that there is no big secret. Whatever your goal, you can get there if you are willing to work. So work smarter and not harder. Here are a few more tips. So automate your tasks. Use technology to automate your tasks, such as email marketing, schedule your appointments, social media posting. If you set up drip emails to go out to your clients, that is going to be prospecting on your behalf. This is what I coach my agents on. The first thing we do is get the database organized. Then we have to figure out, what are we sending from it? What is of value? What does that look like over a 12-month period? Yeah, I help you do it all. Outsource your tasks. Some people do not have a creative bone in their body. So outsource that. If you don't know how to design, you can go on Canva. There are ready templates for you. You can go to fiverr.com. There are independent contractors who can go ahead. There's designers, graphic designers. They can do podcasts, whatever you want. There are people there. You can hire a virtual assistant part-time who can do some of these things for you. You are not alone in this world. Analyze your processes. Is what you're doing working? If you still feel overwhelmed every single day, something is off. Something is not aligned, and you need to fill the gaps. You've got to figure out what it is, take a critical look at your process and identify, okay, here, this is the area I need help in, whether it's email, whether it's prospecting, whether it's I'm doing videos, but no one's responding. I'm not attracting people. I don't get any likes. I don't get any comments. Something is off. It's like baking a cake. I can get 5 people to all bake a chocolate cake. Tell me if you think that chocolate cake will come out tasting the same between all 5 people. It won't, because everyone will have had a different process. And the person who didn't even follow a recipe, which is the process, I don't even know how well that cake will come out, unless they've been making the same cake for the last 25 years. Then they actually do have an automated process that they learned a long time ago. So I want you to think about that. Does your business run automatically? Could anyone sit in your chair today and automatically take over your business? They know exactly what you do at 9 a.m. They know what you do at 10 a.m. They know how you follow up with people. Could that happen? If not, you have a lot of gaps that you need to fill in your business. Let's go to part 4. One of my favorite topics is marketing. So, creative marketing ideas. This is near and dear to my heart. It is an essential part of growing your real estate business and reaching new clients. So, marketing can seem daunting. It can seem overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be, especially the way that we have so much help at our fingertips today. So with the right strategies and approach, you can make a massive impact and attract new clients. Marketing isn't just about advertising. It is about creating a brand that resonates with your target audience. It's about creating a brand that resonates with people on social media, in real life, on a sign that you have on a street. Are you able to bring that simple image of yours to life in 3D, 4D. It's also about telling your story that showcases what sets you apart from everyone else. I often say that if you go around calling yourself a realtor or a real estate agent, you have thrown yourself into the sea of hundreds of thousands of other agents out there because you're not differentiating yourself. So how can you begin to differentiate who you are from everyone else? How can you build trust with potential clients? How can you get people to know you, like you, and trust you on social media? Through a newspaper ad, through a radio ad? How do you do that? That's what marketing is. That's what branding is. Embrace it as an opportunity to share your unique talents. Don't shy away from who you are. Don't tone yourself down. Be that person. Be the person that all of your friends and family love. Don't become someone else in business, because when you sit down at a table with a client, let that be the person they get to see. So here are some creative ideas to help you stand out from the competition. Host a virtual open house. You can use your CRM. Many of the CRMs, I use KV Core, and they have virtual open houses, but there are also many platforms that you can create a virtual open house. Use technology to create that and create a different experience. Not all clients can get to the open house. What if there was a virtual open house running all day long, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? Wouldn't that also add value to your listing presentation? Imagine. 2, collaborate with local businesses. Partner with a local business. Offer a coupon, offer a promotion, offer an event. 3, create valuable content. Share content in the form of a blog, a podcast, videos, stable posts, pretty posts on Instagram and social media. Showcase your expertise and show people the value and the knowledge that you have within you. Let's go to our last point, which is self-care and mindfulness practices. We cannot forget how important self-care is and the mindfulness practices in our journey towards success. Because if we are always just chasing the transactions, right, to get that success, at some point, life will become quiet, whether business slows down or, God forbid, you have a health scare. And when life becomes quiet, you look around and you say to yourself, I don't recognize myself. I don't recognize this business. Where have I been? Who am I? What do I really want in life? Is this what I really want? Is this the hamster wheel that I always want to be on? Mindfulness is not being afraid to have those conversations with yourself. Don't fear them. Take them as a time to become self-aware and figure out, what do I really want? Because when you can start doing life in the way that you really want to do it, in the way that feels so good, that you just wake up and you have that warm feeling every morning and you say, yeah, you know what? This is happiness. This is joy. That's when you know you're going down the right path. Maya Angelou once said, I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. So start with yourself, because we cannot pour into others until first we have poured into ourselves. Cultivate a positive, balanced mindset. Radiate that energy to everyone around you. Don't be afraid to show people, this is who I am. You take me or you leave me. This is what I'm learning. And I now understand why people, as they get older, in their 60s, 70s, 80s, they do not care what other people think of them. You know why? Because most of the time, other people aren't even thinking about you. And that's true. I learned this the hard way when I was lying in a hospital bed and I was having multiple heart attacks, and people were coming to the end of my bed and they were crying and they were sorry for me. And all of those things happened. When I recovered, no one came to see me. No one brought me food when I could barely move 3 months after I was recovering. There was no one there. They were there for the drama. They were there for the sympathy, but they weren't there when I actually needed people, which was when I was recovering. So I want you to remember, you are enough. You need to figure out what drives you, what brings you joy. When you do, motivation will not be hard to find after that. So here are some ideas to incorporate into your daily routine. Take breaks. Breaks throughout the day give you rest and recharge. Sometimes we just want to grind it out. We just want to keep going from appointment to appointment. If you are doing that in between appointments, stop. Take a break. Go to Starbucks, get a wonderful drink, and just sit there. Close your eyes. Taste the drink. Taste the coffee or the tea or whatever it is that you drink. Actually feel it, the cold in your mouth or the warm coffee in your mouth. That's what it means to be present. Take a walk outside, and you'll know you're being mindful if while you're walking, you can hear everything going on around you. You can hear birds, you can hear cars, you can hear people talking. That means you are present. Practice mindfulness and prioritize sleep. Sleep is huge. Our bodies need rest to be able to recalibrate and recharge every day. So as we come to the end of this mindset medicine episode, because it is medicine for the soul, I want to remind you to take action on anything that you have gotten from today that will help you to create a more fulfilling life. Choose one or two of the strategies or tips that have resonated with you and commit to implementing them in your daily routine. Mindset is everything. And if you make small changes, you will be able to see massive results, not little ones, massive ones. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you will share this episode with your friends on social media. Feel free to share it on your page, and it might help ignite someone else's happiness or joy or motivation. Subscribe, leave a review, and I look forward to seeing you next time.